Like him, dislike him, his livelihood was taken from him. Of course you would stay Google Fix, you are the only person I know that's more fucked up than me. Turbo Express is a close second. Okay, so my settings are working. Let me get them a link. Copy invite link, thank you. Let me hit up Wings. And where is Minxie at? Here, let me get Minxie. Why did I never messaged her before? Why does it say, oh, is she, I make it like I never, I'm following her, right? No, I'm not following Minxie. What the fuck? I'm a piece of shit. I thought I was following her and everything. Big ups for having me on. Damn, Wings is already here. Wings is already here. Give me a couple minutes, dude. Mama Minxie, like I said, 8:30. Minxie, I sent you an invite too. So come on in. Let's have some fun. Wings! Oh wait, now it's going to take 37 minutes to connect with the fucking audio. However, it is still better than Discord. So Minxie, you got the link too. Wings, can you hear me?
Yep.
Are you naked right now?
No.
Okay. Damn it. Okay. Dude, I know you're not in a joking mood, man. I get it.
Man, my life is...
Hello?
So Minxie's here. Thank you. What's going on, Minxie? So wait, dude, what the fuck happened? Just start from the beginning. I know parts of it. I thought things were getting better because you got your Twitch back, and then...
Oh, shit! We have the Tickle Man in the chat.
No, he's not real.
Are you sure?
No, he would never come here. Are you kidding me?
No, dude, that's his picture and everything. Like, that's legit his channel.
No, it's not. Bullshit.
No, seriously, he said hello, Rich.
So? I could get a picture of him and say hello, Red. I could get a picture of Wings and make a Wings channel and everyone would think I'm Wing.
Oh, well, damn it. Get me all fucking
excited. You talking about watching TV there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tickle Television. He's not really there. So, what the hell happened, man? Start from the beginning. Explain it, because I want to know, too.
I mean, like, the beginning's a long time ago, honestly. Like, some of these guys have been following me since, like, Black Ops 3.
Holy shit.
Well, essentially, they figured out a way to put strikes on my channel and kind of like cover their identity. So they make like these burner accounts and burner emails and Google numbers, whatever it might be. And they put a strike on my channel. Well, you know, any YouTuber knows when you put a strike on your channel, the first one is kind of like a warning. And the second one comes with like a 2-week freeze.
Yeah.
You know, where like you can still access your account, but you can't like stream or like upload videos or anything like that.
You can't upload any content, yeah.
Right. So like they figured out that, you know, they can do this at will. And the problem I'm running into is like, right now I don't have any strikes on my channel, but like I haven't used my channel. I've deleted all my videos, like 15 years worth of work.
Oh God.
And like everything's gone. And I did that because because I don't know how they were striking me. Like, cause like YouTube's like little page system is kind of crappy.
Holy crap.
So now like I haven't been able to work for like 3 weeks because like I started doing it on Twitch and then they got me banned on Twitch for like saying something silly. It was like a it's considered a hateful slur, but I wouldn't consider it a hateful slur. It's just being real nitpicky.
Was it a gotcha, like where you got like a super chat or bits or something like
that? No. It's something I said. I was playing Call of Duty and I go, well, my teammates are, you know, you know, you do it to engines and stuff.
Okay.
And they got me for a week there. I'm like, whatever. I did do it. I'll serve my ban, whatever. And then my wife changed her name on Facebook And then because she wanted to like set her Facebook up because she was like doing like this walking thing and doing 3Ks and stuff. And they hit me with a ban evasion there, and they suspended me indefinitely. So we appealed that because like there was no streams. I had no intention of going on her stream. All she really did was like change the channel name of her Twitch, right? Like you can't in a reasonable world consider that ban evasion, right? So we got that reversed. And then I go on the stream again and I go, well, this team has a bunch of Ash Jaeger mains. And they report the word Jaeger, which means the hunter in German. He's a character in the Rainbow Six game, as like the N-word. So I get banned again.
And so you got banned for a screen name is what you're saying? Like they banned...
Well, I got banned for a word. I have a southern accent.
Mm-hmm.
So Jaeger.
I couldn't tell.
Jaeger has like a sound to it, so like I could see how they can.
Okay.
Yeah. So I appealed that one again and got it reversed again. And so like they realized that they weren't going to get me on the Twitch bans, so today they went and banned my Stream Elements. And I don't know what they told Stream Elements. I put the appeal in yesterday morning at like 2:00 in the morning or some shit like that, and you know this says 24 to 48 hours. But regardless, like since I was on Discord and I was talking to people and I'm trying to figure out ways to like how can I get YouTube's attention? Like because I need a human being, I need an adult, right? And so like I'm on Discord, I'm like networking, trying to figure out something to do here because like one, like I can't accept donations on Twitch. I don't have my partnership because they removed my partnership a year ago for some off-site crap. Basically what happened is a troll joined my Rainbow Six lobby and he was harassing me and like goading me on, and I defended myself and he recorded me defending myself. And Twitch has this off-site policy, so if you do things off-site that's considered taboo when you're a partner, they will take your partner away from you. So
I think that's even though that's a written thing with Twitch, I think that's essentially YouTube. They all do it. Twitter is the same thing. Like if they could get you for stuff that you do off the site on all the platforms, but Twitch it's official. I think.
Yeah, but I find I don't know. Like to me that one stings because one, it lost me about $40,000 a year because I lost subs and all this other stuff. And like it's easier to make subs on Twitch because like there's like Twitch Prime subs and all this other stuff. So it cost me a good bit of money. It cost me like it cost me a good clip of money, like
That's a salary. That's a salary.
Yeah. So I went from making like 60,000 to 30,000, and then like now they're not even letting me make 30,000. Like they're trying to keep me. They say they want me to get a job, but because when I was working at Twitch, I was doing Twitch plus I was doing like DoorDash at the same time.
I remember that.
And they got me fired off DoorDash. And like they want to give. This is my opinion. I can't speak for them, but to me, it seems like they want to give themselves a reason to white knight. Like they want to make themselves feel good about what they're doing, so they constantly do that. It puts me into position because, like I was on Painkiller already. I don't know if you know what that is.
PKA, yeah, with Woody and Kyle.
I was the outlandish man for years. Like I said, all kinds of stuff, being young and dumb, not thinking about the consequences of the actions and stuff like that. Now they have all these clips of me on video saying the most, vile, nasty things. And they'll take these clips.
I'm going to pause 1 second. I'm listening to. Would you talk to Wings007? He's in the chat. If I sent him would you talk to him? Do you want to?
No, I don't.
Okay, understood. Okay.
They crossed the line just earlier today.
Okay.
I basically asked them not to share something, and I would tell them something in private. And the second I shared something in private, they put it right on the stream. So I'm good.
Why would you give that to them, Wings? Why?
Because I try to look at people and give people the best. Like I want to believe that people are good, and I want to like reach hand and try to build bridges because it's easier. It's harder to build a bridge than it is to tear one down. It's a flaw.
But one of the things I noticed with you, and I'm just gonna keep you feed the trolls so much. Why?
Give me
That
an
is the
example.
worst thing you can do. And take it from a guy who used to do it. I know.
Yeah.
Why do
Give me an example.
you went into their Discord. That's like you may as well put a cheap Chinese buffet in front of
The
them.
last
man.
time I went into their Discord was when they stole my PlayStation account.
No, there was a time before that, dude, where you went into the lion's den. They called it.
Oh, this was years ago though. This was years and years ago. The only other time I ever went in there was like they stole my PlayStation account and they said to give it back if I went in there, and they lied to me. They always lie to you.
Okay. I just like that's the thing I think that has built this big troll community around you is that they know they get reactions from you. I haven't watched you recently, to be honest, so I don't know if you're still doing it.
Nobody's watched me recently because I can't be
Well,
watched.
yeah, obviously
Yeah.
yes, but I'm saying like before you got like that is where I think that stems from, is because they know if they do something that you're gonna react, and in turn it gives them more things to talk about, more things to clip. That is where you can break the cycle. Why don't you break the cycle is my question. Is it because you get I understand it, like you get angry and impulsive and like you kind of can't hold your tongue at that point, or what happens?
That's not even the case. The case is, and I said this and people have called this bullshit before, and I'll say it again. The trolls that I have, if you ignore them, they get worse. And I know that sounds like bullshit, but like they just go more and more and more illegal. Like it's just what they do. Like I'm at the
I
point
used to say the same thing.
I'm at the point in my life, my local police department won't even respond to a call to my house.
Well, that's not good. They're supposed to by law no matter what.
Right. But like they know me so much because the trolls would call the cops on me at least once a day for like 6 months.
Jesus Christ. For like every single day they would call.
Every single day. I got to the point where I had my own personal cop. My own personal one. He was the only one that would show up. And he got to the point where he would just call.
But I used to be trolled almost as hard as you. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I did exactly what you did, where I kept reacting to them. I would make videos trying to debunk things that they said. All it would do to me was get me more trolled.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you.
And that's why I think this cycle continues with you. You remind me of me in like 2016, 2017.
So can I ask you a question?
Sure.
How do you deal with the situation I'm in right now?
I haven't been in this extreme of a situation, but I will say if I think that if you ignored the trolls a couple years ago, I don't think you would be in this situation.
Yeah, but hindsight's 2020, right? Like
But
I've obviously tried to ignore the trolls. Like I've got on Lexapro. I've done multiple things to try to make myself calm down. A lot of people just call me a Lexapro zombie now. I don't react to the trolls at the level I used to react to them in 2017. But, like when you got a fire department beating on your door thinking you have a heart attack, how do you not address it?
I wouldn't address it. You know what? I actually, there were times that there was a time I haven't made videos on I've been swatted recently a couple times. You guys know who's in the chat right now. I didn't make a video on it. I was passe and just continued streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you put the limelight on him by making videos and responding, and I know you've been in the Discord a couple times, and I've seen you have like talks. I've seen the video where you were having a debate with like trolls, and there's that troll Discord where there's a lot of people in it. Like that just adds more fuel to the fire. Take it from a guy. I get it, Wings. I get it. There's still people putting out shit about me, but you know what I do? I don't say a fucking thing. Let them do it. I get videos sent about me all the time. Not to your level, okay?
No, it's not a dick measuring contest. Like
it's not. No, I'm not saying it as a dick measuring contest. I'm saying I'm not trying to like be in your shoes, but I was to a degree And like I said, my audience knows I fed the trolls all the time, and it's frustrating. And people used to say the same. What were you gonna say? I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, like you had the interlude going on with the music, and like you were saying, like relax your butt and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
If I
Uranus.
did that, I lose my stream. Like,
Really?
yeah, it's that bad.
But that's not even against. Try to relax Uranus is not against TOS. It's all over YouTube. How would you?
They would paint it in a light. Like I literally got banned for saying the word Jaeger.
Like the drink?
No, like the game character on Rainbow Six, Jaeger.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like a Jaeger bomb.
Like I'm just saying, like
I'm thinking of alcohol.
Extreme.
So what are your options right now then? Like what is the scenario right now with your channels being, well, your YouTube's not down, but you're afraid to use it for what you just explained.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you going from here?
I've talked with somebody on Twitch, and I've gotten an understanding with Twitch, but now I got to figure out a way to accept donations again. And there's things out there which everybody's pointing me toward this Power Click Live or something like that, but I've heard nothing but bad things about this thing.
What the fuck is Power Click Live?
It's like a Streamlabs, because they've already banned me off Streamlabs and Stream Elements.
Okay.
And I don't know how they banned me off these platforms, because when you ask them why they banned you, they won't tell you. They'll just say that we looked it over and we concluded the ban was legitimate or some shit like that. They'll give you some...
which is always bullshit. They have some person who looked at it for 30 seconds, doesn't even understand the context. And, oh, you're banned. I know.
How do you get banned from something that you just accept donations through? Like, I never talked about Stream Elements. It's not like boom, 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 boom. Like, it's just there. It's just something you click money and they get 2% of it through. Like that. I don't understand it.
I think they're afraid of. I think this happened with Ethan Ralph. I don't know if you know who he is, but he was accepting donations for cancer research, and there was a whole bunch of people leaving like hateful super chats. So I think that's what they're kind of afraid of. They don't want to be associated with that, so they run for the hills. That's what I think it is. Like they're because if they take a small cut, and if they're in their minds they're taking it from hate money, quote unquote, they don't want to be associated with that. So that's why they run.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you, like, I see you're still with Streamlabs. Have you never had anybody try to take yours from you?
No. I have not had that. People are saying you're lying again.
I'm lying?
Yes.
I mean, you want me to link my Stream Elements donation?
No, page? I'm not. No, they're saying, Delhi6505, they're saying that you're lying. Rich, someone else says, Rich, he's lying a lot and I'm just reading the super chats. I'm just the messenger. The chat is calling you a lot.
He's he's even saying it in like my accent, honestly. Like,
yeah, I know.
I mean, what did I lie about? Like, I've told you no lies.
Would you have me, can you tell me what happened with Wings 007 today? Because I would moderate that, and Minxie would too. Minxie, are you alive?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I know you were kind of thrust into this.
Here's the thing.
Oh no, I know, chat. Sorry to interrupt, Wings. I don't know enough about the situation, and in all fairness, no offense to Wings, I know nothing about Wings of Redemption, so I really can't say anything on this topic.
He's the only man on YouTube with nicer nipples than me.
The thing with Wings 007 is I put a copyright strike on his video because he basically slapped some stickers and shit on his stuff and just basically restreamed my content verbatim, right? You could get my entire stream content from his stream, and him and his friend would call me fat and a pedophile and things like that over top of it. And
can I keep it real with you? I wouldn't do that.
Well,
people do that to me too. I wouldn't do it.
Well, I did it one time, mainly because you get tired of it, right? Regardless, so I learned my lesson. I did it one time, and basically they wanted to take me to court. I'm like, yo, going to court costs so much fucking money. I mean, I don't know what it costs in New York, but in South Carolina, it's $250 an hour for a lawyer, and probably more if you want a good one. So I'm like, let's make a deal. We get together, we make a deal, and they want to say we never made a deal. The deal was I don't strike you, you don't strike me. you just ease up on like calling me a pedo and stuff like that. And they agree to it. And they'll fight tooth and nail. They didn't agree to this, right? It's not even that big of an agreement. It's not like we're handing money over. It's not like we're trying to do this or that. It's like, yo, you do you, I do me. You just lighten up on this pedo shit, because nobody wants to be labeled a fucking pedophile, right?
Of course not. That happened to me with Tickle Television recently. Minx, you could vouch for me. He called me that like 5 times with no evidence.
Absolutely no evidence.
The evidence they have for me is like I don't know, 5 years ago, I was playing Rainbow Six and 2 like 17-year-old girls were like being overly sexual, and I just kind of played along with the vibe of the room, and that's how I got labeled a pedophile.
When you said, because there's a lot of people asking this, explain your age of consent thing. I've watched that video with you where you said the age of consent should be lowered because you knew girls that were like 13 that were fucking all the time.
Well, the way 12 is an extreme number, right? And it was said to be an extreme number. Like it was supposed to be funny, but the idea was like we were talking about like a dude that was going to jail because he was 18 and he got oral sex from his 17-year-old girlfriend. And the idea was like when I was in high school, there were like freshman girls like going out with seniors and stuff like that. And did I see it right there? No, but you knew it was happening, right? And like the idea is like, a 18-year-old shouldn't be going to jail for like for getting head from his 17-year-old girlfriend.
There's some states that have some, what is it called, Romeo and Juliet law?
Yeah. The whole idea was like to be against that, and like is 12 extreme? Yeah, fuck, 12 is fucking extreme. But no, I don't expect the age of consent to be 12. I've apologized for it multiple times, but it doesn't matter because it falls on deaf ears. Like I'm saying it right now. I'm like, yeah, no, the age of consent should probably be, 17, 18, whatever it might be.
Yeah, I think it should be 21, to be honest with you. But yeah, I get what you're saying. But my thing is, where a lot of people call you out on that is that you're like, oh, because they were fucking. I'm like, yeah, you could also be 12 and snorting coke. It doesn't mean you should be doing it, or you have the cognitive ability to consent to, you know what I mean?
It's like, right, the discussion is, oh no, he's lying. He doubled down on it last year. I did not double down on it. See, let me explain this. My wife and me had a fight right before I got on stream, and she wanted me to quit streaming because she doesn't like all the stress that comes with it.
Understandable.
And I was in a bad mood, and somebody was hitting me with this, that whole, CP should be turned off at 12 bullshit. And I go, and I admitted to saying it. I go, yeah, I said it, and I basically explained why I said it. It's not a double down. It doesn't mean that you glorify it. It just means that I'm tired of you telling me this over and over again. I'm sorry. That's basically what it meant. I mean, it's not doubling down. Doubling down would mean I said I agreed with it, which I don't.
Okay. Someone's saying that you said a 45-year-old with a 16-year-old is fine.
I don't want to get into all this, like this stuff, because that's the same line of thing. It's like, because like if they go back and watch it, I don't remember it word for word. I said 12 is a little extreme, but I said a 45 and a 16-year-old, I'd probably let that slide, because in South Carolina, the age of consent is 16.
Wait. You condone a 45-year-old man sleeping with a 16-year-old girl?
No, not right now. No. But like,
isn't that exactly what you just said? Like,
that's what I said 12 years ago.
You said that 12 years ago?
Yes.
Should I put on the music now? Yeah, that's not a good take. There's not really too. So.
See, like, this is why I didn't want to talk about this shit, because it's not a good take. It's just going to be another clip that people use against me to make sure I can't work or can't do anything.
No, that's like, do you condemn that?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's keep it to 18 plus, and let's just.
It's like I'm digging my grave so deep. That's why I didn't want to talk about this shit to begin with. I just ignore this shit at this point.
No, if
Well,
you disavow shit you said 12 years ago and you change and you're a better human being and you've evolved because everybody changes. No one is the same person they were 12
yeah.
years ago. But if you legit got on a stream tomorrow and condoned that shit, you would be a dickhead and a complete asshole saying that a 45-year-old could fuck a 16-year-old. That is beyond me.
Isn't that what Seinfeld did? Or didn't he? No, they were 18. They were legal, but I think he would like go to the girl's high school and pick up his girlfriend. Didn't Seinfeld do that? Does anyone know? I don't. Why am I thinking about Seinfeld
It's
right
like
now?
I don't know.
Well, first off, you're trying to say I didn't change it all. First off, I have. No
I didn't
sex
say
drive.
that. I didn't say
I'm
that.
reading your chat. First off, I have no sex drive. I have low T. I have the testosterone of like a 90-year-old man. I don't
What?
have sex. I can't. I pretty much can't have sex at this point in my life.
Why?
Because I had weight loss surgery, and weight loss surgery, one of the side effects is your testosterone goes lower.
Dude, I'm like horny like an 18-year-old still.
No, I'm
Really?
I pretty much don't.
Did I really say that out loud? So was there anything they could do about that? That sucks, dude.
You can do shots and stuff like that, but it's very expensive.
That's not healthy, man. So the weight loss surgery? I never heard of that. The weight loss surgery?
Yeah, I didn't know.
caused
I
that?
didn't know about it either. Until I went and seen what was the guy called? It was basically some kind of like surgeon that deals with that.
And you don't have like insurance. They could do something, man. Because
Dude, I don't have income right now. I have insurance, but I don't have income right now.
I don't know. I know that we're going into TMI territory, but I like the fact that my penis works. That would drive me up a wall.
Well, it's not that bad. It's you just don't get horny.
That's terrible.
You just don't get horny. Like
I love getting. This is gonna sound weird too, but I get the applause. I don't know if anyone else can hear it besides me in this chat, but I love getting horny. Sorry.
And again, like there's somebody who did a super chat right now, Brandon Tran, which is the guy that comes to my channel from time to time.
All right, we got some super chats here. Somebody, you can answer what you want to answer. You can not answer what you don't want to
Well,
answer.
he wanted to say when Wings is on top of the world. That's not true. That's not true at all. I think Rich has been around almost as long as me. I helped a lot of people.
You've been around
Woody,
longer than me.
Including Woody, including Kyle, Moody Swede, Mr. 360 Beast, the Mark of J. Like I can list off a number of high-end channels at the end back in the day that got their start by me helping them. I helped them with their content. I told them how to do it. I implemented intros. I was one of the hardest working men in the YouTube commentary scene back in the day. And to say that I shit on people when I was on the top is 100% wrong. Was I young and was I in a situation where I needed to be on SSRIs and I was not? 100%. Was I a piece of shit on Call of Duty? 100%. But at the end of the day, you gotta realize that for the most part, I played a character on PKA and in Light. Like what I did is I took my personality and I turned it up to like a 12. Right? That's what I did. I said outlandish things. People want to always say like the 45 and 16-year-old thing. I also said I'd fuck a cow. I also said, other things. Like and other guys on PK said the same shit. I mean, like what would he say? Would he say women are built to be raped or some shit like that?
I don't know, and I have never heard if he said that or not.
Yeah.
What happened with you with PKA? Why are you not on there?
There was a period of my life where I was drastically depressed. Like one of the dark, like 2013 happened. January 2013, Machinima restructured how they deal partnerships. And I was one of the channels on the chopping block. So I went from making $8,000 a month to making $3,000 a month. Like just 50% of my paycheck gone for the same level of work. And this, destroyed me. Like it literally took all the wind out of my sails. And I went into a depression for about 2 years. And during these 2 years, this was 2013 and at the end of 2013, they did FBS boot camp to try to pick my spirits up. And it worked a little bit. That. And then we planned a survival trip because we all liked watching Les Stroud and all these people. But I went back home and I kind of started gaining weight again. And I was all this other stuff. And I ended up not going on the survival trip. I called them a day and a half in advance. I'm like, yo, I'm bouncing out. And they threw me off the show because of that. And a couple other things. Like I would want to change the day the show was aired because I had to do something, or like that, because I was trying to do things to get myself motivated because I was in such a low area. Like I was depressed.
Okay.
It looked like, you see, like the Sam Richard, he bailed the same day. That's incorrect. FBI, the survival trip happened on a Sunday. Was the first day of the survival trip. Kyle left on a Friday. I called out on the Friday. Kyle had already left when I called out, though. So there was Saturday, and they got there on Sunday morning. So there was like a day and a half advance I gave them.
They didn't seem like they had a day and a half advance. Didn't they say they were traveling to you?
Well, Woody was right there, but Kyle was on his way already. But he left a day early because he was going to go a day early and get a hotel and stuff and get set in.
Now I know you had gastric bypass. What do you weigh now?
I'm 418. I went down to 330, but I started at 472. God. I went down to 330 and went back up to 418.
Damn. What happened? Did your diet go to shit?
Stress
eating.
Stress. Like here's the thing. Like, you know, like Nixie One reacted just a minute ago. I've got that same reaction for the last 5 years.
Oh no, like, I mean, no one should be canceled over shit that they said 10 years ago if they've actually
13
changed and progressed as a human being. That's totally different.
Because look at it this way. I was 24 when I said that. I'm 36 now.
Oh yeah, that's a long time. What
and I always try to reference it like, yo, Skyrim had 2 years to come out before when I said this. Skyrim hadn't even came out for another 2 years. And again, like, you see somebody else, he literally doubled down. I did not double down. I just admitted that I said it. Because why not admit that you said it? It's right there on fucking video. And I explained why I said it. And I tried to give you the idea that, you know, when I was in high school, you know, girls were promiscuous at younger ages than people want to admit to.
Yeah, but that doesn't, like what you were saying when that was said. Chris the Narc, what's going on? How much do you introduce yourself to Wings? I don't know if you guys have ever talked before.
I don't think I've talked to Wings, but hello, Wings. Nice to meet you, man.
Hello.
Yeah, he's not.
Hey, Chris.
It's not Wings 007 in disguise. I know.
True.
Do not ban any of the trolls. It's just that Wings doesn't have to answer if he doesn't want to.
True. Fuck the trolls.
You know, let them be here. It's fine. You guys know I banned virtually nobody.
This is not doing what I wanted to produce, though. I wanted to come on here and find somebody that would help me maybe get my YouTube channel to the point where I could use it. But all this is going to do is make my shit worse.
Who here would get you that, though, dude? I'm not saying that
the idea is publicity. If somebody out there that could actually maybe know somebody on the YouTube anti-abuse team or something like that.
You haven't been able. Did you? I mean, I'm asking really derp obvious questions. You went to YouTube support, right? Like
I went to the partner support, and basically you get a person that's, you know, communication challenged, that are obviously in other countries that English is not their first language, and they're reading off scripts or typing off scripts or copy pasting.
They're saying to go to Keemstar.
Yeah, Keem would probably be the best person to reach out to about that stuff.
I reached out to Keemstar, and all he did was tweet at YouTube.
That's really all you can do, though.
That's all you can do, dude. That's all I could do when I was going through shit.
Yeah, you just have to do all the chaos on Twitter.
I need another level of support here. Like I need a liaison at YouTube, because here's what's going to happen. They're going to strike me, and when they strike me, I need somebody I could reach out to email, like, yeah, this one's not really legitimate. This is what they struck. Could you please look at it? And not have to wait the 2 weeks every time I get a strike.
Well, that's the thing, Wings, is that if you start a stink and you reach out to creators, usually people are pretty supportive, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, everyone in the YouTube community will help out, even if you're not a large creator, people will like help out. But Wings, you've been known for a long time, so you have at least some form of support in the event that YouTube makes a false strike due to some douchebag trolls.
I'm on my third false strike. I've got them all took off, but the fact is, it's like every time you get a strike, you can't work.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass when that happens.
No. I'm living in a perpetual point of can't work.
Right. Jesus Christ, man. I'm sorry.
Like literally, they have a bot set up that anytime I go live, it strikes my channel.
Yeah, that's another level.
How is it even a thing?
Because all you need is a burner email, a Google number, and like a video of something. They don't check it. It's all bots. And they consider you guilty until you prove yourself innocent.
Yeah, I know. Gamer from Mars is coming on. Maybe he could do something to help too. I'm sure you know Gamer from Mars.
I don't know anybody in the YouTube scene, man. I keep to myself.
Gamer from Mars is somebody that could definitely call in and give you some advice, Wings. Like he's been dealing with a lot.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing. Like there's a couple of people on YouTube that have been doing it for a long time, but not as involved in like how the YouTube community actually knows how to handle these kinds of situations. I feel like Gamer from Mars is one person that can give you sound advice.
There's this. I'm gonna read them to you. You can and not answer what you don't want to, but I always read the super chats. Someone's saying that you condone hitting a 16-year-old last night. Is that true?
I don't understand the context. Like last night, I streamed Skyrim, and I learned my stream elements was down, and then I got off, and then I streamed Skyrim again. I don't know where they're even going with that.
Art, what's good, man? Glad you're joining us.
Hello. It's nice to meet you, Wingsofredemption. My name is the Gamer from Mars. I'm not sure if you know who I am.
Mm-mm.
He said he doesn't.
Okay, yeah, I could hear him. I've been watching you for many years. I have my own YouTube channel, and I help Rich sometimes get, brand deals and stuff for his channel. And I might be able to help you. I have a contact at YouTube, but would you mind if I ask you a couple of questions? Like, sure. I'm just very curious because I've been watching your saga play out for years. I know recently Keemstar offered you $50,000 to do a podcast, and you said no to it. I was wondering why you didn't take him up on that.
I thought he didn't say no.
I didn't say no.
Yeah, DSP said no.
DSP said no, and then proceeded to ask for money for groceries.
I recall watching a stream of you, Wings, where you stated that you didn't believe that he would give you the money, so you didn't
100%. I didn't say I didn't want to do it. I said I would do it. Do I believe the money's there? I do not.
Well, I can tell you Keemstar is good for the money.
I know he has the money, but will he pay it? No.
I think he would, Wings.
I think he would.
Because he thinks it's entertaining. That's the thing about Keemstar. If he finds something entertaining, he will pay out whatever he thinks is necessary for compensation for the entertainment.
There's very few things I won't do for $50,000.
Like I seriously think a DSP. He's in his own world, but I think a podcast with you and DSP and Boogie, I would sign up to whatever service that shit was on.
I'd do that shit naked. Just sit there naked the entire fucking stream and be like fucking Jumpman podcast. You see Wings badass rolls everywhere.
I want to get naked just thinking about it. Like
I'm being fucking serious. I'll do that shit naked as long as my junk's under the table. I'll sit right there naked across some field.
Did you ask Keemstar if the money was there? Like, did you ask him or did you assume?
I didn't talk to him. Like, somebody goes in my chat and is like, Keemstar will give you $50,000 to do a podcast. I'm like, shit, give me the money. Shit.
He's got to get people to say yes to it. So DSP saying no kind of put a monkey wrench in it. But if he found another lolcow, well, what he would consider a lolcow, not what the community would consider, but like, if he found that, he'd be willing to probably put it together. Yeah, he'd probably put it together.
Low tier God's going to be a better conversation than Phil would be anyway.
True.
Well, wonder if he would actually work with low tier God though, because hasn't low tier God said even more insane shit than other people?
Yeah, he's up there too. I mean, but like he's just, see, I look at that differently, man. I look at low tier God as somebody trying to be entertaining. He's trying to be a big personality. That's who he is. That's his goal. Your job to be a streamer is to be an entertainer, and I think he does it well. I'm entertained by low tier God.
Would you would you do what I do and take off your shirt for $50?
If I didn't think it would if I didn't think it would get me banned, yeah.
Yeah, why it shouldn't get you banned. I think you even on Twitch now you could show man titties. It used to not be that way. They used to say, "Oh, guys can't take their shirts off," but then they changed their tune. Dude, do it. Fuck it.
The problem is I got to be able to stream period to be able to take my shirt off.
Dude, you have the best nipples on the internet.
Do I?
Yes, it is. I am.
I've only had that one picture out there.
official.
I have a couple pictures out there shirtless.
I remember when you were doing the thing with Kyle, man. I'm like, man, that man has some powerful. Those are alpha nipples.
Can you do that though? Somebody said they pay me $50 to put my shirt back on. So if somebody pays $50 to take it off, and somebody pays $50 to put it back on.
Yeah, fuck them. They say that to me too. I just say, no, I'm not doing that. You pay. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, 50 off, 50 on, 50 off, 50 on. I'll be sitting there. Well, actually, people, hey, Rich, it's a workout for you. But yeah, I mean,
I do the jumping jacks and shit like that.
I wanted to ask you, Gamer, from Mars, because in the event of this situation...
Hold on, I have to get shirtless because I'm a professional.
Sounds good. Oh, that's Beast.
First off,
Tom's
that's
is
50.
doing
That's
it.
50 Canadian. That's not exactly $50.
Wings 007, you seeing this?
Close enough. Oh, what is it? Gamer, I wanted to ask you, man, if Christine gets out and she's ready to go and she's released, do you think that would be entertaining for Wings, Boogie, and Christine to be on a podcast?
Not only should they have a podcast, they should all live together in a house and have a TLC.
I am not
Oh
living
my
with this channel.
God.
I was whipping out my nipples. What just happened?
I think there should be a reality show where Wings of Redemption and Christine Weston Chandler live in a house together.
No,
I can
because
see right
here's
now.
something
I'd
that
step on a fucking like Gundam or some shit like that, and I'd lose my mind.
here's something I've heard about Wings, and this is from Woody, I believe, is that you know that Chris Chan smells like taint. It has been like Christine Chandler. They like Chris Chan. You know this, Gamer from Mars sent out hair to women that he thought liked him. Okay,
Yeah,
and
that
the
was
hair
15 years
smelled.
ago.
He still smell. She still. I'm sorry. She still smells like taint. And I know.
I met Christine at the end of 2019, early 2020.
I remember that.
She did not. She actually smelled fine. No problems there. The house didn't smell like cat piss though.
Oh God, yum.
I've always wanted to ask you this, Gamer, if I ever got in conversation with you. I'm taking my opportunity, man. When it comes to Christine, in that interaction that wasn't on camera, what was the thing that you remember most?
The thing I remember most is walking down a very busy commercial street with Christine and the cameraman following us and hundreds of people staring at us. That was I felt like I wanted to like implode in on myself out of embarrassment. But yeah, Wings, I made a documentary where I met Chris Chan in real life, and I made a 5-hour long docu-series on them, and everyone seemed to like it.
Only 5 hours?
I'm gonna lose my train of thought because I'm retarded. Hold on one second. Wings, what happened with you, that neighbor of yours? Explain it here with that whole shit. What do you explain it to? They actually defended you on PKA.
Which neighbor? What can you?
The one that you had at your house because he was putting out all that crazy shit to me. Yeah.
Aaron. Well, first off, he's not my neighbor.
He's neighbor in the town.
He lives in the general area. Aaron was a friend of one of my mother's friends' kids. You know, so like he would come around when she would come around when we were little kids, and we never liked to hang out with him because like when he was young, like 5 or so, he like was a dumbass and ran in front of a lawnmower and got his foot caught under the blades and had most of his right foot cut off.
Jesus.
And we thought it was gross. So,
well, yes,
we made him keep his socks on, and we kind of picked on him, but back in the day because of that, you know, you keep your socks on. And
so he had a bone to pick with you.
I don't know. I mean, like, I never really interacted with him that much. There was times when we were young, and then later on in life, he needed a job, and I was working at Domino's at the time, and I'm like, yo, I'll give you a job because I was the crew chief at Domino's. So I hired him at Domino's, and then he moved to another store in a couple weeks because like you got hired on as a company, and the company owned multiple stores, and they would move you around. He decided to go to a store toward the beach to make.
Who the hell is eating? It sounds like
Gamer. It's 100% Gamer.
Bro,
sorry, my bad.
It's okay, but I'm like, holy shit,
when he's at the movies.
Dude.
Oh my God.
No.
When you're so bored, you eat chips. Like
my right eardrum was pulsating from crunching.
I love you, Gamer. I love you.
My
holy
bad.
fuck.
You guys, I'm listening to the stream as I'm eating a salad, and I'm like, I gotta call into this. But
It's all
mute my
good,
mic.
but
I
I'm just like,
apologize.
it's all good, man. It's no big deal. I'm like, that is the loudest crunching I have heard.
Those are the
not-
most amazing croutons in existence. Just saying.
Iceberg
So-
lettuce, that's the key.
True.
So how the okay, Wing? So you have to
Sorry.
walk. How did we go? It's okay. It crunch away. How did we go? How did it go from your neighbor kind of having a beef with you because you guys made fun of his foot to him? How did he even get in the fucking trolls Discord? Like, how did that happen?
He knew certain things that proved that he knew me in real life, and they got him in there and they started recording him, asking him questions, and he just started making up stories.
But he wasn't he in there for like hours?
I don't know how long he was in there. Like the fact is, he lied to my face because he started reconnecting with me after that, because he did that in like December, and he started coming over to my house in January, and like, you know, because at the time I needed some work on my subflooring, and that's what he did. He does like subflooring work.
Okay.
And so I started asking him about stuff and showed him the floors and stuff like that. And like, he's taking pictures of the house and taking pictures of the inside of my house that has nothing to do with the floors and shit like that. And like, he's being a double agent is what he basically was, but I didn't know that at the time, because like,
So
you know, it's
fucking
Aaron.
weird.
It's Aaron from the past, you know. He actually hung out with my brother more than he hung out with me. I played video games and fucking shit like that when I was in my teens.
So he had a real axe to grind. Like, this was a whole thought out thing with him, it seems like then.
Probably, yeah.
How did you keep from choking him when you were sitting on stream?
Again, I got no testosterone. That means I'm not violent. Testosterone controls like your aggression, your motivation, your libido. I'm not a very violent person.
Dude, you need to get that.
It's like Aaron exposed me for diddling my sister. No, he didn't. Aaron.
No,
lied
that
about-
that
I mean,
was
I even
explained on
brought my sister.
PKA.
I even brought my sister on the. I even got my sister to say, you know, like, my sister admitted that I never touched her or anything. I was an ideal brother growing up.
According to Woody, you're a very hygienic dude.
100%.
And the story was that your sister stunk because it was her time, and you said to her, "You fucking stink." Is that true?
I don't know if that's true, but I could see myself saying that if that happened.
Holy shit, Wings.
That was the most politician way to go about. So he kind of, but point being is that he kind of twisted that into like, oh, he was like sniffing it, like you were perverted with your sister. That's how he went from point A to point B. This dude.
No, this dude literally was creepy. Like, he would text my sister when she was like 15 and shit, and like, you look
the
sexy
irony.
and your friends and stuff like that. That's how I got him so fucking scared and over here. Because like, I literally had him texting underage girls, you know, trying to get with him when he's like 26, 27.
Why is it always the people that are like the one they always are calling other people pedos, and they're the ones who are actually trying to do that shit? It's amazing. I've noticed that.
Mm-hmm. It's just like, it's like pastors that, you know, are anti, you know.
Ask about his high school education and his metallurgy degree. I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Metallurgy. They want me to say that I dropped out of high school, which I did, and I got my GED, and I basically went to work in a factory. And the reason I dropped out of high school was because I got picked on viciously because I was massively overweight.
Oh, that's why you dropped out of high school? What year did you drop out? Like what?
2001, 2002.
Like, were you a sophomore? I mean to say, like, what year in high school were you?
I would think I was a sophomore. I was either freshman going into sophomore, because like, I didn't go to school enough, so I basically didn't go up in grades very much.
What initially made you?
I had a lot of truancy issues because I didn't like being at school, because like, people were vicious with their picking.
Did you react to that back then as a kid? Do you think maybe that
I never was a violent person? No.
Ask about who owns the modular mansion.
See, like, they're just asking about stuff they know the answer to. All right, here's the thing, and they're just going to call me a liar regardless. I don't know why they ask these questions. When I was 19, I was working at Domino's Pizza, and I lived with my mother still, and my mother had just bought the place I currently live in, and she got remarried to my second stepfather, and they went to build a house because he had a good job, she had a good job. They wanted to go build a house, but she had just got into this house. So instead of me going and moving in with them and they sell the house, I'm like, just let me take over this, right?
Okay.
So like I took it over on a verbal contract. Well, fast forward 10 years, their marriage doesn't work out. And my stepfather at the time, he actually like beats off onto my sister when my mother would leave for work beforehand, and he would come in after her, but he'd like beat off while she was asleep on top of her and stuff. And my mother called me crying. I'm like, no, pick your shit up.
What? Hold on. Beat off, like beat her up, or
No, beat his dick.
Oh, come on.
Is this a known story? I've never heard this.
Holy shit.
A lot of lore about you, dude, and I've never heard of that. That's fucking crazy.
And I'm like, come on. I'm like, as long as I got a place to stay, you got a place to stay. So I moved my mother back in. This is either right at the time my YouTube was kicking off or right after my YouTube started kicking off. And so it looked like I lived with my mother when I first came in, but no, she moved back in. She moved back in, lived with me for about 4 years, and then she moved back out. But during that time, like we had all kinds of fights because like she had this, because I took the house over 10 years before. Well,
okay.
10 years. This is 5 or 6 years before, right? 5 or 6 years before. I was 19. I was like 25-ish when all this went down. And all her new boyfriends always like, well, this is your house. He should be renting from you, blah, blah, blah. When I had this verbal contract with her. So like there was like a period of like 3 or 4 years where like we were like two rams hitting heads together with me and my mother, because like, I'm like, no, this is mine. Like you gave a verbal contract stating that I would take this over to buy it. Right.
But wouldn't a verbal contract, I mean, I don't know the law from my ass, but a verbal contract wouldn't hold up in court though, would it? It wouldn't.
It would if you have all the records. And like I could have went and pulled all my bank records showing me make the payments and stuff like that. A judge would give it to you.
But couldn't your mom have just said, "Oh, he's renting for me. That's just the rent payment"?
She could, but it's all about the judge's it's all of the judge's discretion at that point.
Okay. I mean, I think the judge would be like, that's hearsay. That's at least what I have been told what hearsay is. I would have asked for that in writing.
Right. And I didn't at the time because I was fucking 19, man. I'm 19.
I get you. You're young. It's your mom.
And so eventually I ended up getting into writing when she gave me 25%. Because like what she ended up doing was she ended up remortgaging the house a couple times. So I'd had to pay more and more on the house. She would remortgage the house, take the money, and my house payment would go up. And so now so like the last time she did it, I'm like, if you want to keep doing this, you're going to pay the homeowner's insurance too, since it's your house. And she didn't want to do that because she didn't have really a whole lot of income coming in. So I got her to sign over 25%. So if she wants to remortgage it, she got to have my signature, thing like that.
So I don't even know how that, I don't know, fuck all. How does that, so that means you own the house then? Because if she would have.
Well, my house is deeded. So like I own the house and land it sits on for 25% of it.
Okay, so you're not on, because it is a mobile home. You're not.
It's a modular home.
Modular home? Okay, but so you own the land and the house. It's not like you're paying rent for the land space.
Right, I own both.
Okay.
But I only own 25% of it, and people want to be like, oh, she has mass majority. But South Carolina, if you own 1%, you basically own half. Because like you can't do anything without everybody's permission.
Oh, this is a good one from Goob. It is. I know he's not a troll. What happened with the whole thing with Ukraine and you, and how they were making it like you were a journalist that got killed there? There's
a whole New York Times article based on this.
What? Yes, I saw. I never got to read the fucking article. I forgot about it.
Apparently, like the New York Times one was about Uvalde because like they did it with Uvalde too, and
oh my
whole
God.
And people got really upset with Uvalde because and they wanted to say crisis actor, because the people were like, look at this guy died here and here and here and here. And I basically went on New York Times to help them out, you know. It's like, because they didn't really give me any money or anything like that. I went to New York Times to help them out and basically proved like, yo, I'm not a crisis actor. I have this big trolling thing and they think it's funny and they do it all the time. And they turned it into the same thing everybody tries to turn it into. Like, you know, this guy wants the age of consent to be this and all these other things, and he's a racist. And it's like, come on, I didn't get really. Like, journalists are terrible people. Don't ever don't ever talk to a journalist if you don't have to.
Well, it was also like that one time. It was different than this, where someone, I guess, who worked at a Home Depot got surveillance footage of you.
Office Depot.
Office Depot, and they put it out there as like it was like you were like running from the cops or something.
Yeah, me and my wife stopped in to buy some folders because, like, you know, just organization folders, like keep tax documents and stuff in. And they took footage of us, and they basically ripped it off the security film and started using it in like their own personal videos. And that's not cool, right? I understand that you record me for the safety of the store, like people breaking in and stuff, but like you shouldn't be able to like record me in your store and then have your employees go use it.
No, I agree with that one. That's kind of like you're at your place of employment. You shouldn't be. Oh wow, I know this guy on YouTube and Twitch. Let me take the surveillance footage and put it out there. And yeah, that one's a no-no. I agree with that.
And like I was cool. I thought I handled that cool too. I didn't ask him for any money or anything. I'm like, yo, just have a talk with him because I don't want nobody to lose their fucking job over some shit like this, right? You know, like, you don't know what people are going through, right? But
wait, if I can interject there, I know you on a live stream the one time stated that you talked to a lawyer about that, and the lawyer said you didn't have it wasn't worth pursuing.
Right, but that was more my wife. I mean, like,
well, but you just said that you didn't want any trouble coming his way, but now that contradicts the statement that you said in a live stream.
I'm not my wife.
Talk to a lawyer. Okay.
I mean, it was more. My wife was more of like a feeler. Like, can we get money from Office Depot? You know.
Your wife has actually tried to keep you from engaging with the trolls. I've seen it. Why don't you listen when she does it? She does have good advice with that.
I'm hard-headed.
No, I had no idea. Like, I've literally seen her like jump in front of, not, I'm exaggerating slightly, but jump in front of your keyboard. What would keep you from stopping engaging with the trolls? Because that is a big part of the reason why you are where you are right now.
If I knew that answer, I wouldn't be here right now.
I wish at least I give you credit compared to Philip Burnell. Like, he won't come on and talk. I'm sitting here live talking. Like, if you, Wings, I know if you stop engaging with them in a year, you've built a big troll base. I would say 75 to 80% of it would stop.
Yeah, I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. And like I said, I've took, like, if you take Jordy from 2018, like say January 2018, and put him next to me, you wouldn't notice us. Like, we would look like two different people. But sometimes you just can't help it. It's just like tonight, like all these troll questions. I've answered these questions 15 times. They're doing.
Well, you knew that was going to come here. You knew that was going to come here. You know, and I give everyone a podium so long as they're not being out of their fucking minds. I
don't answer these questions on my stream because I'm afraid that people will just use them to get me banned off of my streaming platform. Like, I live in fear of everything I say on stream.
Yeah, well, so what? Well, like, what is the plan now? Like, what are you going to do at this point?
Like, the plan was to come on here and hopefully get some help, and I think the gamer guy was supposed to be offering like some suggestions.
Yeah, if you DM me, I think I could hook you up to see if I could help you out. I just interjected that thing because I'm just fascinated. I've been watching all the streams and stuff for years and kind of know most of the backstory, so I interjected. But yeah, if you DM me on Twitter, I can see what I can do.
Okay. I mean, like, again, I'm not asking for like special treatment from YouTube. Like, if I'm breaking copyright,
you're asking for communication. Like, that's it.
If I'm breaking copyright, fucking bust my balls about it. But I normally don't. I'm usually pretty good about making my own content. I've been a partner for 14 fucking years, right? And I've never broke copyright once.
They're saying Problem Child says he needs to own up to his mistakes and just say sorry.
Have I not done that this stream?
I don't. That
I'm
is
asking you this. I mean, like, this is your opinion. Like, have I not seemed apologetic?
Bro, I'm high as hell. I don't know if you apologize.
How about somebody else is not high?
I don't think you need to apologize. I think you just need to stop feeding the trolls. And I know you say, though, it's too late for that. And if I don't feed it, then it gets worse. But
100%. Listen
you
to him.
feed it, and it just keeps on getting worse and worse and worse. Like, I don't know how this keeps on continuing. This saga is just insane at this point. That, like, there's leaked calls of you talking with these trolls. You know your trolls by their names. And like you're trying to negotiate with them and shaving your beard off so they'll leave you alone.
No.
Hold on, pause, everyone. Wings 007, I know you're here. If Wings stopped, it's kind of weird trying to say two different names but the same name. If Wings, like, cold stopped reacting to you for a year, would that, like, make you move on? He may say no anyway, but let's see what he says. That's a perfect example right there. Like, would you get bored and move on to somebody else? Let's see what he says.
I mean, does it matter what he says?
Not really, but it's just an example. It doesn't. You get what I'm saying, though. Like, it's like that. Like, it'll take time. They'll still keep trying to poke the hornet's nest. I know. But eventually they'll be like, this is boring. I'm going to move on to someone else who's actually going to react to me. What's Phil doing?
Like, yeah, I don't. It's just like this insane thing where in no other case is there a YouTuber where I know troll channels names. I know Sean Ranklin. I know the Slob Father, Wingtings V8. Wings 007. It's insanity that I know these names of trolls and they're that notable. And that you're jumping on calls with them and trying to negotiate with terrorists about, like, if they're going to try to shut down your channels.
Well, that's out of desperation that call happened.
But you shouldn't even if you're desperate, don't do it. That's the thing.
The thing is, I was like, man, it's I don't live paycheck to paycheck, and I try to get this across to people because I don't want to seem like, I'm a firm believer my problems are my problems. They're not your problems. Like I try not to be Phil. Like, Phil's consistently, I need $5 for a loaf of bread, or
Pretty much. Like, he's not exaggerating at all.
But so I make it clear that I don't live paycheck to paycheck. But like, I don't want to go backwards either. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to try to test the strength of like my savings accounts and things like that.
So Wings 007 responded, he would have to stop saying outrageous things to people and stop the e-begging. If he stopped being a shitty person, then probably. But Wings 007, let me ask you something. There are people way worse. He has said dumbass shit. I've talked about it here, and I've told him it's dumbass shit. But there are people way worse on this platform that your time and energy would be much more productive to make their lives hell. I'm not going to name any names, but why Wings? Let's see what
him?
Yeah, you can answer for him. It's entertainment.
That's the answer. That's the answer. It's not about them being mad. It's not about them being happy. It's not about them finding funny. The more general
or justice or anything.
Are they entertained by this? And if you provide them entertainment, that's where the term lolcow is derived from. You milking LOLs out of somebody. If you don't provide those LOLs anymore, they'll move on to somebody else. Reviewtechusa was in the same exact spot you were at 5 years ago, and he was able to get out of it. It took a while.
My problem is so much like Wings 007 and his buddy. Like, those are the least of my concerns at this point in my life. Because my trolls come in 3 flavors. They come in casual, check. They come in troll channel, and then they come in psychopaths.
Check. All right, night.
And like the psychopaths are the ones I'm dealing with, and like the one that dude that I was on that call with that said, he'll give me a month if I shave my beard. And I'm like, okay, I'll shave my fucking beard for a month, because like It's a fucking beard. It'll grow back. I don't give a shit.
It-
People make
but
fun of me.
Wings, it doesn't matter. Like, oh, I'm just trying. Like, it's not that big of a deal if I show my
Right.
beard.
That's why I cut it off. That's why he banned
But
me. 'cause-
the second you do that for them, and you're
That's
able
all
to
they
be their
need. He's
puppet,
right, Wings.
Now
Yeah.
you just reset the clock. Every time you do something like that, it resets the clock, and now they're reinvigorated to do more. And now there's more of a back catalog of this saga, and then more people make videos about it. And
Exactly.
the King Farms thread gets page after page longer about you, and there's more dedicated people. The second you stop doing things like weighing yourself on camera to get them to leave you alone, getting
Yep.
your PlayStation count back, shaving your beard so they'll leave you alone, them sending a DoorDash to your house and you eating it on stream and throwing away the salad. Every time you do a memeable moment like that, it's just bringing new people on board, more psychos, more people dedicated to trolling you, creating Discord servers dedicated to it. The second that you become boring, they'll move on.
Right.
Yep.
That's like the thing that I really hope you understand, Wings, is like the thing about trolls is that, like Gamer from Mars said, they literally just want a reaction from you. So if you weigh yourself, if you do all these things that you've been doing, they're just going to keep going and doubling down and seeing if they can outdo themselves each time. Just don't listen to them. They'll give up.
And I am already going to give you a positive critique. I don't know if those two words work together. That unlike DSP, you're actually a fairly entertaining dude. You don't need to feed the trolls to get people to watch you. Whereas if DSP actually became self-aware, like, he would have one person watching him. Like, so if you stop feeding the trolls and you just go with, like, having, like, your personality, the stupid shit you set aside, I think you would be fine.
Yeah. Which I don't.
That's the biggest problem.
I don't get
That's
this.
what
I don't get to see my personality shine on my streams though either, because like I have to watch what I say so hard. Like,
But you wouldn't have to watch as you say as much if the trolls moved on.
right. Well, I don't think they're ever going to totally move on.
No, of course, there's people that hate me that are still watching me. But you know what I do with them? I just glance right over them, man. They are shit on my shoe. And I just don't pay attention.
Yeah, but you do kind of sometimes. I remember there's an issue with the house that you had a while back.
Well, that was the quartering putting it out. That's why.
Yeah.
He was like on a major platform with hundreds of thousands of people. It's not like it was someone with 30 subs.
And I would also say that Rich probably shouldn't be arguing with the quartering on Twitter. That's
yeah,
also
he's just, he's right, because he's just a giant bearded fascist troll. Like, he just happens to have a YouTube channel.
Can we talk about? I know we're going to finish, but before we end this, I want to talk about Phil. I never get to talk about Phil with anybody but the wife.
Okay, we could talk about Phil. We could talk about Phil, but no, you're right. I've said that I have to move on from the quartering because it's anyway. Yeah, it's time to move on. Gamer from Mars is right.
I agree. I need to ignore them, and that's honestly. I have a couple game plans going forward, and ignoring them is in a lot of it. Like I told him last time, like I really got upset the other night, and I went off on the two guys that make my life a living hell. And I'm done. I'm blocking your email threads. I'm blocking every access you have to me, and I'm going to ignore you now. And I'm going to have to suffer through all the things because once I did that, they canceled my stream elements.
Yeah, but they'll do that stuff regardless. But as
time
goes
on,
they're going to get bored.
I eventually got to find a way to accept donations.
Of course.
Yeah.
But every time you let them provoke you, let's say you ignore them now. This is day 1. Day 2, they're going to harass you. Day 3, day 5, maybe even 2 months from now, they're still harassing you. The second they get a rise out of you, that clock starts from day 1 again. But if you ignore them for 6 months, if you ignore them for a year, they'll get bored. You give Kiwi Farms no new material for them to dig into and report on and laugh over. They'll move on to someone else.
It'll take time because they're hoping that you'll eventually relapse into engaging again. Again, I know. But yeah, eventually they'll be like, this is fucking boring. Like, he's not doing anything anymore. I can't clip anything he's doing. So, he's right, Wings.
Does anybody else have cameras on here?
Besides me and
I'm on my cell phone.
Okay. I'm just making sure I'm just not the only one without a camera on.
No one has cameras on. It's just
Yeah,
they're looking
no.
at.
Yeah, it's
they're
all
loo-
voice.
They're just looking at a large shirtless man and hearing all of your voices.
So Phil, and I know this is. What do you guys think about his multiverses saga?
Guys, the game. Everyone's enjoying the game. It's engaging. It's all but I just don't see the support here.
I want to make a caveat here. I've said this before on stream. I could have walking pneumonia, be in the hospital bed. Somebody could come in and tell me my mother died, and I could probably still beat Phil in a first-person shooter. And the same thing's vice versa. I can't play fighting games anymore. I used to be in the fighting game community. I hated the way it made me feel, right? Because I got so ungrossly mad at fighting games. Because fighting games come down to really good poke games, distance, and usually who can cheese better.
All right, I have a hole full of piss. I'll be right back.
Yeah. But like, so don't let me criticize Phil's ability to fight, because Phil's a better gamer in fighting games than I am. But this man asks for money so damn often that it makes me blush.
41-year-old man still doesn't know how to put on a shirt.
Nobody's gonna comment on that?
Honestly, I haven't been up to date on any of the most recent DSP stuff, but if he's just continuing to ask for money, then I mean, has anything really changed in the past decade?
Well, it's kind of his shtick now, and like I guess that works with it.
Does he? Do you think he's self-aware of it at this point? He's just playing it up of the asking for the money.
It could. I've thought about it. It could be, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. Like, doesn't he have like a business degree? Like, shouldn't he? You think he would be better with money than this? Like, he sells he keeps a house across the country and moves all the way to the other side of the country to save on taxes, then gets behind on taxes, and then he has 2 mortgage payments because he can't sell the house that he used to live in. And then he lives on credit cards.
Bankrupt. He goes bankrupt, and then he's spending all this money on mobile games. I know the general story. It's just insanity. You go. How many posts are on Phil's Kiwi Farms thread?
It's like 2,000.
I think it's even more than that. Wait 1 second. Let me check this out.
But like, let me put it out here. Like if you add all the debt I have up, not me and my wife combined, but yeah, I know I should combine it, but I don't know all her debt. She won't tell me at all. But
Right.
if you add all my debt up, like
you gotta fill me in on what happened with Phil.
we were just talking about like the whole metaverse and like how he expects, like, he wants to play the game, but people don't tip on it. Like some games you play, people aren't going to engage in. The people that want to watch it are just the people that don't usually tip that often. I mean, like, sometimes you got to do shit for the love of the game. You got to chalk it up to the game.
It's because here's the thing, though, that it's even beyond that. 20% of it is about the game, 80% of it is about the streamer, and Phil treats his audience like he's a disgruntled substitute teacher and they are his students. That's why it's like you go there and like all the air is sucked out of the room when you watch a Phil stream. Did I lose everybody?
No. I'm sitting there trying to let it. What am I looking for here? Regardless, I'm trying to let it sit in what you're saying. And like, I do kind of agree with you. Like every time I've went into a Phil stream, it's like it's usually him either complaining about something happening in the game, like he pressed the button and it didn't work.
Yes.
And or like trying to make an excuse like why he didn't do well, which understandable. I've done that myself, especially in Rainbow Six.
Salt happens, I guess.
Yeah.
I want to point out that on Kiwi Farms, the Dark Side Phil subsection has 371,000 messages about Phil on it.
Holy shit.
Which makes me wonder, like, why do I have more hardcore trolls than fucking Phil? I'm upset about this. Like, Phil gets to stream and make money. I get to sit here and fucking struggle and be like, can I buy my wife's cancer medication next month?
But here's the thing. Phil doesn't talk to his trolls.
Yeah.
I think that's your biggest problem of why they've gone so insane is that you're jumping on Discord.
He nailed it. That's a very good point. He nailed it.
That is a strong fucking point right there. And I agree 100%.
Phil just sits there on his gout ivory tower and just decries poor and he doesn't. He would never go into a Discord. Like I wanted to like literally Wings, when I saw that video of you going into their Discord for whatever reason it was, doesn't matter. I wanted to like jump through my screen, I think it was my phone, and stop you from doing it. And so did your wife. Your wife wanted to stop you too. So I like listen to her at least.
Yeah, no more entering the Lions Den.
Yeah, I've always said if I wrote a book, it's going to be 5 years in darkness, 6 years in the Lion's Den. That's going to be the title of it.
You fucking should write a book, dude. Are you out of your mind?
Yeah.
Write a book. You'll be able to retire. You'll be able to buy 6,000 fucking modular mansions. Like, are you kidding? You before you.
You
Sorry, what were you
should,
gonna say?
Wing should follow along in Rich's footsteps and get on Cameo.
I actually am getting on Cameo this week.
You
But I'm
would
so
make a
terrified they're going to get me banned off Cameo the instant I fire it up.
No, dude, all you got to do. No, you won't get banned. All you got to do, like someone tried to get me to say something racist. I just reported it and they got blocked.
I didn't say anything to Stream Elements. I got banned off that shit too.
That's so fucking stupid. I mean, I like that's what happened with Ethan Ralph. So now I know. I think that's part of the reason why they're skittish like that. That was super chats, but they're afraid that people are gonna say shit through Streamlabs and then they'll get flack for it. That's why. It's stupid. They shouldn't be so skittish, but that's why.
You know, it's like I've been banned twice this week for Twitch without saying anything.
Because I mean, Andy Dick is on Cameo. He's one of the top people, and if you look at the laundry list of things
he's a fucking turd.
So I don't think Cameo cares.
I heard this about Andy Dick, and it kind of like fucked me up because like you guys remember Phil Hartman?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, loved Phil Hartman. Hi, I'm Troy McClure.
Like there were people supplying Phil Hartman's wife with like some sort of drug. I forgot what drug it was, and they cut her off because like she was being crazy, and Andy Dick was the only one that didn't cut her off. And people say Andy's drugs is what made her kill Phil Hartman.
Yeah, because she had a coke addiction, right?
Yeah, I think that's what it was, cocaine.
Dude, yeah, I loved him on when he was Troy McClure in The Simpsons.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he was a legend, man. He died around almost the same time as Chris Farley. Or why the hell am I'm going on a rabbit hole right now?
Yeah, we're showing our age right now.
Yeah, we're old as fuck. Everyone here, I think the youngest person here is Chris or Art. I'm not sure.
I'm here still.
How old are you, Art?
I'm 27.
How old are you, Chris? Chris is taking a shit. Please add Wings. Oh, they want to know about the state of your anus. There's actually wait, Jeremy doesn't know this. Wings, can you tell the story about your turd?
Oh, that's been told so many times.
Who cares? It's a good story.
What was funny is they actually alluded to it on PKA recently, where Taylor, because like I forgot I did Taylor's dual commentary around the same time I had that bad constipation bout. But here's what it is: I was trying to lose weight, and as a young man, I didn't really look into shit. So I'm like, Slim Fast helps motherfuckers lose weight. Let's replace a meal with some Slim Fast. But they don't tell you about Slim Fast is it dehydrates you. It dehydrates you bad. And what your body does when you get dehydrated is it pulls water from your stool first before anywhere else. So like you get really backed up.
So you were pumping out like massive rocks.
Yeah, like it would hurt. Like there was a point where I didn't poop for like a week. And I was so terrified of like the saline enema. Like I never had an enema before. I never had anything go up my butt before. And I was like very, very gun shy at that moment about somebody sticking anything in the area or the orifice of my butthole. So I'm over here struggling, and like there's periods of the day where I'll just lay on the fucking bed and just be in pain, just rolled over with like that cramp you get when you got to poop real bad.
Yeah, you feel backed up. I know the feeling.
Yeah, and so I finally get over. I'm like, dog, this has got to stop. Because at the time I didn't have insurance, so I didn't want to go to the hospital. So like, I'm like, let's go to Walgreens. Let's get some enemas. And that might be wrong. That's wrong. What we did is we had an enema, and it was out of date.
Okay, so we had the out of date enema. Let's continue.
Yeah, it was out of date, and I basically asked my grandma, because my grandma used to be like, she wasn't a nurse, but she was like a person that would like sit with elderly people and like change their diapers and things like that. It's not really a nurse, but it's like like
I
a
know.
helper.
I had an ex-girlfriend that did that. I know.
Yeah. So like I asked her if she
You
could
mean
do
like a home health aid or
yeah, something like that, yeah.
Home health aid. Yep.
Yeah. That's what she used to do that in like the 80s. So she agreed to do it because she's like, I used to give enemas all the time, baby. So we go in the bedroom and I let her give me the enema. And the enema being out of date doesn't fully work. So like it dissolves some of the feces, but not all of them. But like as soon as it went in, I'm like, oh, I gotta go. So I'm like my pants are around my knees. I'm like scuttling towards the toilet, and I sit down on the toilet, and it just goes. It starts flying out, right?
Oh God, I'm just picturing your
and then
ass
there's
cheeks, and now I'm picturing turds.
And then there's just like this one solid piece coming at like Mach 3 at my virgin anus, and it hits it so hard and it goes sideways. So it's now stuck in my anus. And I swear to God, it took my fucking breath. Like it literally expelled the air out of my lungs. I went head first into the wall and onto my knees. Like it felt like somebody punched me with a Mike Tyson uppercut right in my ass.
Oh my God.
So I'm like, Grandma, I'm like, help me. She's like, what's wrong, baby? I'm like, I need you to stick your finger up my butt.
Grandma, come fist me. I have a turd in my ass. Oh no.
So like she ends up having to stick her finger up in my asshole and bust the turd up for me so I could poop.
Oh my God. Yeah, nah, dude. I actually had like those, I don't know if it was Slim Fast, but I had a similar kind of shake, and yeah, they do. They make your turds, you could break glass with those motherfuckers. Like,
it's so bad. I've never touched Slim Fast again after that.
Oh man, this is a quality stream. A bunch of people sitting around talking about turds in their asses.
Well, the
Minx,
problem is the only thing the stream's gonna be known for is that 1645 clip. So that's the only thing I'm gonna get from this stream.
He's talking about shit that
yeah.
I've done before. So I was a home health aide. I'm a retired home health aide. So.
Oh, so you've had to fish out turds before?
I have had an extreme anal situation, yes, with an elderly individual.
Are me and Gamer the only ones that haven't stuffed fingers and hands up people's asses? Like, what is happening here?
I've never actually put my hand up a person's ass yet.
All right.
I have kids, so I wipe diapers, so that's a thing.
I mean, but that's not putting your hand up their butt. I mean, like,
no.
I wipe butts before.
Gamer, am I the only one here with you on this?
I eat a lot of fiber, so I don't have.
And I'm married. I'm married, so I technically, if my wife needs me to wipe her butt,
I eat
I'll
lots
wipe
of
her butt
salad.
for her.
So, all right, wait, everyone can relax. The Gamer from Mars is regular.
By the way, Wings, I wanted to let you know, I just told Keemstar that he should pay you the $50K if you do the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, let's go.
Dude, they just all right. So don't have Phil. Like if he,
Phil would actually bring the podcast down.
There's better lolcows.
I was just about to say that.
There's better lolcows.
New York Times mom in the building.
Here's the problem with Keemstar's idea is that you can't get sponsored messages for that show because any single sponsor is just going to get inundated with hundreds of emails.
Yeah, that's a problem. You are right. I didn't even think about that.
I don't even try to sponsor the show or anything I do.
You probably get like Adam and Eve, but like that's about it.
But
Art,
don't you think if it had enough of a following, which I think a lot of times sponsors are funny, you know this. If you have enough of a following, their morality meter isn't as sensitive.
It depends.
Don't you think?
It depends on the company. You could probably get some CBD oil thing to sponsor Adam and Eve, stuff like that. That's like kind of a little trashy.
Raid Shadow Legends and Ebony will sponsor me.
Oh my God, Meta PCs, please.
Metawood.
Oh, Metawood.
Meta doesn't care.
Blue Chew did Cumtown. Blue Chew was on Cumtown, dude. Yeah, do strap-ons and hard-on pills, Wings.
I don't.
I'm telling you, it might be funny.
Like
Adam and Eve sponsor.
I could not work that shit because that shit don't work.
No, but
what don't work?
But Wings,
like pump pills don't work.
I know a bunch of people who have dick pills and they work just fine.
It's subliminal, man. Like that shit's. If that shit actually worked, it would be billionaires.
Are you referring to the PKA pills?
Yeah. Yeah. That shit don't work.
No. Here's the thing you don't understand, Wings. The PKA pills just increase the load, not anything else.
I understand that.
Oh, we're talking about sperm loads. Here we go.
The viscosity of the cum.
Yeah,
It's just like pills that make your dick bigger. All they really do is like increase the blood flow, makes the blood flow more freely, so it seems bigger. Like that's in the small print that you got to bring.
Wait,
the
so
magnifying glass
PKA
out.
is selling pills that make you shoot thicker ropes?
Yes.
Amazing stream.
That is amazing.
Well,
That's really a thing?
Yeah, it's called
created
lock
it
and
with
load. Look it up.
Yeah, they created it with more plates, more dates. The YouTuber who has was it Gorilla Mind supplements.
Yeah, P.T. Barnum said it so long ago.
Like, I never thought to myself, like, damn, I wish I could shoot a rope across the room. Like, okay, all right.
I can say I have had that thought. So.
Oh, you have had
shooting a rope?
No.
You want to
like
know another
you
horrific?
never had like a sexual encounter with a lady, and like you wanted to go and like shoot a rope, and it just goes right out the end.
Wings, what the fuck?
What?
I'm gonna roast myself worse.
With your cum, is that what you're saying?
I'm gonna
Sometimes,
roast.
yeah.
I'm gonna roast myself worse. My OG audience knows this. I've talked about it before. I remember I was in college and it was like in between classes and I was messing around with this girl and she gave me blue balls beyond belief. So I wanted to finish the job before I had to go into work because I thought my penis would fall off. Needless to say, I ended up shooting a rope and it literally landed right below my bottom lip and on my own chin.
I bet the first
go.
thing you thought about was like, man, this is what it's like to be a cameraman, huh?
No, first thing I thought about is I wanted to projectile fucking vomit, but so
You literally shot yourself in your own
Dog,
chin.
I bet
I
you-
which is
literally,
epic.
dude, I gave
Money
you
shot.
I gave myself a fucking facial.
It happens.
That's
once in a
talent.
while.
Kristen
That's
Ark,
talent.
Kristen Ark is never coming back again. He's like, this dude.
Oh,
talks
I don't give a fuck.
Dude,
he's like, this dude was talking about pretending to butt fuck his friend to the Mario Paint Save theme, and now he tells me this. I'm out of here.
you ever see like a porn where like the guy's like right under the guy's balls and like he's getting head and like there's like slobber falling down on the lens? I'm like, what? How much you got to pay to do that? Like, what is the level of money you need to be that job?
I
one of
hate,
those cameramans have called a load before.
I
They
hate
have
when
to
you're
be where they're
watching.
positioned.
I hate when you're watching a porn and it's like, all right, there's titties, there's nice there, and then all of a sudden it like zooms in an inch away from like a guy's hairy asshole. Like, who asked for this shot?
That's for the ladies, Rich. You can't have be all.
Ladies, it doesn't even look like a human part. It's like an inch away from the asshole. Like, why did we go from nice titties? Look, and you want to see the dude too, that's fine, but who wants to see like an inch away, like on a microscope, his fucking rectum?
No, I said I don't watch porn now. The real Slim Skydert. I mean, like back in the day, I've watched porn. I've seen it. I'm not over here Hannity that says I've never looked at porn in my life.
I don't watch porn because Jesus would hate me.
Jesus don't know how to hate Rich.
I'm sick. What the hell am I talking about? Anyway, I'm gonna. So, all right, Wings. What do you want the audience to know here about you? What do you want to take away from this? Like,
I want to take away this is like all the stuff I said it as almost like a figure. Like, I don't agree with most of the things said. Like, would I really fuck a cow? No, I wouldn't really fuck a cow.
well, that's good. That's good. That's good.
It's the same thing. I don't believe like I'm not into pedophilia. I actually think pedophilia is fucking nasty and disgusting. It's like EDP. Like I didn't want to fuck with EDP back in the day. I don't know if you guys remember. EDP had like wanted to help me lose weight when I already had the surgery scheduled and shit.
But EDP wanted to help you lose weight.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Him?
There's a
That guy.
whole video. Yeah, that guy.
That guy.
And like he already had like 2 situations that I knew about of him like fucking with minors because like he got 3 or 4 strikes.
Whoa. Back up. How
Hold
many
on,
times?
Rewind.
Yeah, rewind, Wings. How many instances are you aware of before the situation with the cupcake that you knew he had run in with minors?
2. We had 2 more that were public. I don't even know the guy. This is just public. Like he had 2 other instances where he got caught talking to minors.
What?
You don't got to believe me. You can look this shit up.
I heard it. No, it wasn't it like that it would like it went out the window. I think I did
Right.
hear, but nothing happened with
It was like a slap on the wrist kind of thing. It's like he was like, man, you don't believe that. Me?
I mean, this time he
Yeah.
got caught on
He got
fucking
caught on
camera.
film, yeah.
There was no way he was denying that, even if it didn't hold up in court. I just came here for
It's just like Blade. It's like when Blade started busting the N word out left, right, and center in the context he was using it. I'm like, I don't fuck with Blade no more.
Does anyone remember when Blade got caught on stream finger blasting his #1 fan's wife?
Yes.
I seen the kissing. I didn't see the plunging of the happy hole.
Oh yeah, that happened.
Yo, then there was that whole thing where he allegedly sexually assaulted it. It looks damning. I saw the video where you see his ass going up and down in the same girl that the bed was
Yeah.
to.
Like I actually brought that up against the trolls because they want to praise Blade. I'm like, dude, Blade's a fucking rapist, ass racist.
There's video of him like just being drunk and like just going up to a girl and just grabbing her titties. I've seen that too.
Or throwing dogs, or yelling the N word randomly.
That really pushed Keem over the edge, throwing the dog.
Dude,
he's not.
It wasn't a cat or something. It wasn't an animal that was agile that's going to land on its feet. It was like this little fucking pocketbook dog that's just going to hit the floor hard as it possibly could hit it.
Holy shit! This is some old school Blade lore right here, guys.
Yeah, like it was just this little ass dog. It was like.
Dogs don't land. They're not cats. They don't land. The cats have the instinct to always land on their feet. That's not.
I wish it was a cat. That cat would have fucked him up.
Cat would have scratched the fucking shit out of him. He's not doing good now though. Like they're saying he's.
You say his spitting teeth out is not the epitome of health.
He has like he's swelling from like liver issues and stuff. Allegedly, this is what I heard on PKA. I mean, I know.
I bet you money he's pissing bright orange. I've seen 3 men in my life die cirrhosis of the liver.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
My granddaddy, one of my grandma's first husband, and Brooke, all 3 died from cirrhosis of the liver, and my daddy most likely is going to die from it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Shit.
Like that's why I don't drink. That's like they make a big deal like on the PK episode where I didn't drink. I'm like, I don't want to test those waters, like because alcoholism runs in my family.
Well, look at intro guy, the guy who's in the intro of my videos. He used to be on streams when he lived here. Yeah, he was a heavy drinker, man. It took a big toll on his health. He's been sober for years now, but yeah, it's in the point being is that it was in his family. So if it's in your family, there's a good chance if you drank, you would become addicted.
Like when they start, their legs start swelling, and like you can see like. It almost looked like you're sweating, but like the literally your legs swell so much, like your pores, all the water in your body gets pushed out through your pores. And you got to wrap your legs. And you start pissing this little bright orange, and it smells like trash. It smells like you left like a bag of like meat laying out in the water.
Your body's not filtering properly.
Right.
Anymore,
It's terrible. Like dying of cirrhosis of the liver is not something I would wish on anybody.
And then you kind of get jaundice too because your liver's not filtering the toxins. It's fucking brutal, man.
Mm-hmm.
So
real talk.
Hardcore.
All right, Wings. You're welcome to stay around if you want to. If not, I appreciate having you on. We're gonna, I think, go into some Chris Chan lore. You're welcome to be horrified with us if you would like.
Gamer's so over it.
I don't really know much about the Chris. I know he's
Gamer is already hung up before I even finished the sentence.
No. I could stick around a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Wings, I just have to say you could DM me if you want my help. Up to you.
I'll take any help I can get. That's
Yeah,
the whole
I'll
purpose
see
of
what I
coming
can
on
do
here.
there.
Was to see if
What
I
I-
can get somebody that has some connection somewhere.
Sure. I have a connection. I could send out an email for you, no problem. What I will say is the one thing I think you should do, I'm not necessarily saying it would help you, but I think all your fans would enjoy it, is if you did go back on PKA.
I actually considered it today, like because like at this point, I told myself I would die on this hill because like I felt like this is a mean thing to say, but like I felt like when I was at my lowest possible point in life and I needed friends, that's when they turned on me. But I wasn't a great friend either. So,
Yeah, it was about you made mistakes too,
Yeah.
Wings. That's why they were pissed at you, dude.
right.
You
But I remember for years I asked them to like monetize Painkiller already because when I was struggling for like 2013 for the most of that year, and they wouldn't do it. And then as soon as I leave, it gets monetized and like Lefty gets balled out, and I'm like, thumb up the ass.
Why does Woody's wife hate you?
Woody's wife hates me because here's the story with that. I was friends with Thunder Toro on Xbox, and Thunder is friends with El Presador, which I tried to be friends with El Presador.
Oh God, El Presador!
Yeah.
Oh man.
I tried to be like you might not know this, but El Presador's HD PPR, I bought him. I bought it for him. I hooked it up because I've seen his videos and he was like in the woods, like doing care packages and shit. I remember dying laughing watching his fucking care package. He called them camp packages. And I thought he was so inventive. And I'm like, dog, you got to get into your personality. You'll make so much money. So like I got him his HD PPR and I helped him hook it up and stuff like that. But he eventually turned on me. He's just who he is as a person. Regardless,
oh, yeah. He's cold. Yeah, he still thinks I'm a fat slob to this day.
Yeah, regardless, like I was friends with Thunder Toro, and like I wasn't close friends with him. We play Xbox together and stuff like that. Well, apparently, like El Presto and Thunder Toro got together on stream, and they were talking about Woody's son, which has I don't know how to say it now. He's on the spectrum, apparently there was like some live stream where like he was petting the dog and like people were making fun of the way he pet the dog.
Yeah, that was when Keemstar got into a beef with Woody because the kid was allegedly jerking off the dog.
Right. I was trying to dance around that, but
yeah, I'm just gonna say I said allegedly. I said allegedly.
Whoa, hold on, pause a second.
No, that's when hold on. That's when Keem and
alleged.
him. No, that's when Keem and him had the beef because Keem reported on that.
EMAC, I see.
But I knew nothing about this. But
yeah.
But at the same time, like around that same area, like Thunder Toro was, he was rebuilding his stream because his girlfriend at the time, now wife, deleted his shit. All right, it like just straight up deleted his channel because she felt he was spending more time on his channel than with her. And I was helping him regrow his channel, and I gave him like some SEO tips. I mean, like that might not line date to date, but I was giving him SEO tips to try to get his videos out and try to hit the algorithm a little bit better. And Woody heard I was giving him SEO tips, and like this dude, insults my son. And I gave him the line like this. I'm like, I mean, because somebody I know is upset with you doesn't mean I have to be upset with him as well. And like Woody didn't like that I didn't have the loyalty of that, because you two are mad at each other doesn't mean I have to be mad at people, right?
Yeah, but did you know that he was saying that shady shit about his son before you helped him?
No, I didn't. I honestly didn't.
You really didn't?
I didn't. I didn't learn that until I went on PK, and I helped. Like PK was usually done on Thursday at that time, and I helped him like Monday, so it was like a 3-day swing.
Okay, I don't know. I can't verify or deny. That was what I
like.
heard.
If I had to go back and do it again, like especially with what I know now, like 100%, Woody is a stand-up person. Like people want to make fun of Woody and
he
like
seems like a good
things.
dude.
Woody is a straight, legitimate good dude. Like I don't have anything bad to say about him. I'd go so far as say I look at him as a father figure, because I didn't really have a good father figure growing up, and I was like in my early 20s growing up on YouTube, and Woody's the kind of guy I turned to. And like
they're all saying that you're lying and you knew that this guy was saying that
I was
stuff.
motherfucker, I'm lying. You were fucking 8. Go to hell on. Like this is so fucking long ago. You probably didn't know what your penis did. Like these guys are saying I'm lying. They're like in their 18s to 20s. Like this is a decade ago.
Mad Max, I'm usually a cynical jokester, but I think it's really cool having a sit down here and helping Wings. Great stream so far, pimps. Yeah, Wings, here's the thing about you. Here's why I like talking to you, because you are an entertaining dude. You do have self-awareness too. There's no hope for Phil. It can be hope for you, but you have to stop feeding the trolls. Mm-hmm. You have to. Even if they send 10,000 pizzas to your house in a week, even if you get swatted, say nothing. And then eventually, they'll keep trying because you did it for years. Eventually, they're just going to go, you know what? This guy ain't doing shit now, man. I got to let me go see if Phil's masturbating again. Like, they're going to move on eventually. But I know it's good, frustrating. Is anyone else? Am I right, or is it, I know I'm on a soapbox right
No,
now.
I
you're
100%
like,
believe you.
Yeah, so this is the thing about I haven't done YouTube as long as the two of you, obviously. You know, pretty much a small channel still. And the thing that I've learned by watching YouTube as long as I have, and I've known about you Wings for a long time. Like, it's crazy that I'm even talking to you right now. The thing, like Rich said, for years I've been watching the trolls, like, I'm not going to say get to you, but allow them, basically dictating your actions on the internet. When, like, an example is like right now with Dennis Vitoza or Def Noodles, if you know who he is. He just made a video stating that he basically just kept screaming at the trolls that they're all basement dwelling small dick douchebags, and he's giving them the attention that they want, right? And they keep going at him, and he's slowly degrading. So what's happening, Wings, is that you've dealt with that for close to I don't know, a decade almost. And
December 2017.
Between 2017. Okay, so 2017 is like when it really took off. Just not ignore them, like Rich said, basically, because if you continue to feed them, they're just going to continue and go down this path. But once you actually take away their power, they will actually leave you alone, because Rich did it. Rich has done it. A bunch of other streamers and people have done it, where they've been trolled maliciously by these fucking assholes.
Relentless for me. It was
Yeah.
almost as relentless. You know who actually snapped me out of it, Wings? And he basically just read me the riot act. My editor. He's like, you are fucking up your channel by engaging with these people. You are going to be a lolcow, and you're going to destroy yourself if you don't stop right now. And he was right. He was right.
I believe you were right. Can I address the obviously Jesus comment? I know it didn't have money attached to it.
That's fine. I talk to everybody. I don't just do super chats. I try to anyway.
I don't know why I get flack for the obviously Jesus stuff. You guys know the story?
Explain the story. I think I do. The name is kind of ringing.
Obviously Jesus was one of the original trolls. Like, he trolled Woody, he trolled me, he trolled anybody he thought he could get a view off of. Right? This is who he was. He was an equal opportunity troll. And obviously Jesus made fun of Woody's son a lot. And I hated this motherfucker because he trolled me and all this other stuff, and he trolled Woody. Like, me across the board don't like obviously Jesus. And I still don't like him. I think he might be a different person now. Granted, there's a lot of time that went past, and I'm all about forgiveness. But at the time, I was not on his friends list. So obviously Jesus got into a really bad spot. And that bad spot was, he was just in the wrong headspace. He was depressed, as people would be that make fun of people on a daily basis, because it's not healthy, right? So he makes this video and he goes, I want to go on a world vacation. I want to go to France. I want to go to Germany. I want to go do all this, and I'm quitting YouTube. And I figured this is going to cost me $6,000. And a light bulb went off in Wings' head. And that light bulb was like, this is how I look like the bigger man. This guy that spent his whole last 2 years hating on me, disrespecting me, and doing the most vile shit you could possibly do to me, I'm going to donate to this cause. And you know what? I thought Woody should do it too, right? Woody should donate too, because at the end, it makes us look better. That even though this guy treated us like dirt, we came to him in a place of when he felt like he was the lowest.
But wait, he was just going on a vacation though?
Yeah, but he was going to quit YouTube. Like, he was done, gone.
Okay.
And he did quit YouTube, at least for a long time. I don't know if he came back, but like at the point that I don't remember hearing about him ever after that video. So the idea was to get like some good publicity about it. I even went to Woody, like, yo, dog, you should donate money. And Woody was not about that. Woody was like, I'll donate knuckle sandwiches. Like, Woody was ready to fight. And
kind of understandable if you talked about, I wouldn't be a fan of you if you talked about my kids, to put it lightly, but continue.
Yeah, Woody was not down at all. And I had already donated. So like, I kind of like jumped the gun and like, I didn't do it out of malice for Woody. I did it because I wanted Woody to look like a diamond and look like this bigger man that, you know, put all his issues aside and he just wasn't down for about that. And that's, you know, it is what it is. I never did that out of malice.
You should have talked to him first.
I have
before
talked to him
that,
about
actually.
this. He doesn't.
Well, I
agree
mean,
with my story.
before you gave
I
the
should
money,
have. I should have.
I could see why Woody would be annoyed at that. Just keeping it real, you know.
Why would I be constantly lying? This is how this shit went down. You go to ask Woody. Like, you guys think I lie about you think I lie about breathing?
Dude,
Okay,
that's just
so
how it,
okay,
hold on.
sorry, Rich. I'm gonna jump in here. This is what they're trying to get across to you, dude. Like, you get defensive by a whole bunch
Yeah.
of people you don't even fucking know screaming into the microphone. Like, you know, you get so defensive. You give them exactly what they want. Who
Yeah,
cares
right.
if they're lying? Who gives a shit what they have to say?
Yeah, fuck 'em.
It has nothing to do with you. Like, I'm sorry, you're 36 years old and you're doing this. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, hands down. Like, why are you engaging and screaming at people when they're trying to get a rise out of you on purpose and you're getting all of your shit deleted? Like, it just doesn't make sense.
You're letting them win. You're letting them own your life.
Yeah.
You're right. I got to stop that. I got to.
You got to talk to somebody. You got to talk to somebody, Wings, who's a professional, and then
Mental health professional.
Yeah, like how to handle these kinds of people. Because if you continue to, like Nixie said, if you continue to do this, this path is never going to end. You're going to continuously deal with this.
Because there's always like people, like perfect example. You know what people say about me, Wings? They still to this day say I got gastric bypass surgery. I never got it. You know, when people do, I just kind of fuck with them and I just joke around. Like, you know, it's just, there's always going to be, we're all public figures, every single person in this room right now, there's always going to be, like when I said I was stopping making news stories, people are like, oh, I bet he got into a fight with his editor and blah, blah, blah. And there was drama with, like, everything is always going to be drama. They're always going to think the worst about you because, I don't know, it's just how people are with
I just hope I'm one day to the point where I have an editor.
You know,
well, if you want to get to that point, Wings, you have to let shit go.
Yeah,
you
like
have to let shit
your
go.
wife's trying to stop you, like, and you're just ignoring her, and you're like, you've been doing this for absolute years, and the fact that it hasn't clicked that you're the problem is so beyond me at this point, because you're the one that's facilitating all of this. It's not everybody else, it's actually you, and you need to reflect so you don't get canceled anymore.
And Wings, you're smart enough to realize, you realize it, you're smart enough to, it's just that you have that knee-jerk reaction where you think you have to stand in front of it, and that's the worst thing to do. Like, Phil has no idea. He thinks that he's done nothing wrong. Like, you get it, but you still don't stop. That's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Honestly, I think the best thing you could do, Wings, is do a second boot camp with Kyle.
That never will happen.
Why not?
Dude, I don't know. That honestly, like, I don't think Kyle likes me.
You need to open up an OnlyFans.
I think Kyle...
I tried to get Kelly to do it.
An oil.
Really?
OnlyFans?
Yeah, but it wouldn't be like a sexual-based one. Like, you might not know this about my wife, but my wife has the best farts. And, like, it was like a gift that I learned after I married her. Because, like, my wife was, like, really Christian. Like, she was a virgin until we got married, the whole nine.
Really?
Yeah. So, like, she couldn't stay over the night. So, like, she weren't allowed to, like, stay over at my house. We could go on dates and stuff. But, like, as soon as 8 o'clock came, she had to go home. And so when we got done, we finally moved in together. She lets out this trumpet blast of a fart, and it is almost like a slapstick comedy level, like something they would use in the movie. And she's like, "Oop, I got IBS," and it's like, "Holy shit, that was awesome."
She had us. Oh man, she let out like an intro. I actually, Wings, I have to admit it. I have one of your wife's farts as I was on my soundboard for a bit.
Yeah.
Because you were playing Demon Souls, or you were playing a Dark Souls game, and she walks in, asks you a question, and she just let out this rip-roaring fart, and you just replied with, You just, all you hear is, brrr, and his Wings goes,
It's like,
yo.
but like, people make it a bad thing, but like, I don't know. As my wife's dropped 50 pounds recently.
Holy
And
shit.
like she's stopped snoring. So like I don't have my little motorbike anymore.
So, yeah, like, so I've been witness to your wife's farts.
She's up.
Your wife's up? Is
Yeah, I
she
heard
hear?
her walking.
Does she hear us talking about her farts?
Yeah, I guess.
Everyone
so.
else in this room is silent. They're in horror right now.
No, she won't. Like I've actually discussed this with her. I'm like, you don't even have to show your face. Just show like your butt and let it rip. Like
Dude,
people
yeah,
sign up for this.
Make a farts OnlyFans, dude. There's a fetish for that.
Yeah, it's about the farts OnlyFans we talked about.
Oh, okay.
Remember I talked to you about that?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, you will make bank. Dude, there's people
There's
who
got to
are
be a fetish out there for that, and she has
No,
the
there
best
is.
ones in the world.
Dude, there's Nikocado Avocado is making bank on OnlyFans. People will sign up for. You know what's funny? I remember years ago, I was just looking to send like intro guy like a funny fart sound, and there was like this like fart channel where this dude was wearing leather pants, and I guess it was a fetish thing. It wasn't for comedy, and he would like go meet people in Germany and fart in their face.
Is that like the simp shit? Can I say
I don't
simp?
know. I guess so.
Because
Like, I didn't
I
know
see
that was
this
a
one
thing.
dude like get off his Target job and like pull out his check of like $400, like get on his hands and knees and give it to a girl, like with a mask on, like a leather mask. And I'm like, damn, that could never be me.
Dude, people are into weird shit, man. Like, it's amazing what they'll pay for. Like the farts in the jar. Remember that girl who was selling, like, she made like $500,000.
That was the 90 Day
yeah.
Fiance chick. Yeah, she had to go to the hospital. She had so
Yeah.
many fucking beans. Yeah,
She had like this super gassy diet to like, so she could keep like, hey, at least she was genuinely bottling up her ass. And she had to go to she thought she was having a heart attack, and the doctor was like, nah, you're just blowing too much ass.
If you bought, you should totally buy one of those. By the way, Rich, just to partake of it on stream. That'd be great comedy. But huh?
It actually would be. I would open up a jar and sniff a fart on stream.
Yeah, but what was I gonna say? Who buys it? Do people actually smell it, or you just keep it? Like, if you were to buy a fart, do you put it on like the mantelpiece behind you, or do you have to like
Yeah,
break
like
the
what the
seal
fuck
just
do
a
you
little
do with
bit
it?
and just like
Well,
and
it
just,
was
like seal it up real quickly to keep the gold in?
like no, it was it's kind of like when what's her name was selling her bathwater. Like, what the fuck are you? I know some weirdos drank it. Who the hell was the name of the girl who was selling bathwater?
Belle Delphine.
Belle Delphine. You know, and then one day I was following her on Twitter. The next thing I know, I see her blowing a dude on Twitter. But yeah, like, people buy it. I guess I don't know. It's amazing.
I should have sold my bathwater.
I'd buy it.
It would be because like it would be like high, skin flake capacity bathwater.
Dude, I would buy it and put it on the back of my set, and everyone would always see your bathwater every day.
Yeah.
So, all right, man. I appreciate you coming on, dude. I hope you take our advice. Again, you're welcome to stay if you want to see the Chris Chan stuff. But if not, I really think that you can move on from this. But maybe even, do you see a therapist or anything, Wings?
No, man.
You should. Oh, dude,
I'm
you
very
should.
frugal. Like I try to spend $0.
Yeah, but your whole life would be better and it would be worth it, bro. They're asking me about the horse vid. What the fuck is the horse vid?
Oh, that's actually a good question.
The horse vid is a straight lie.
Well, what the hell is it about? What is the horse vid?
It's like basically there's like this dark side of the internet where like
Okay.
you go and like see like people get their heads chopped off with like chainsaws and shit. And like
I've unfortunately been there.
yeah, and like I clicked on this
time
one
ago.
link. It was like this young girl that was just getting like drilled by like a horse or a donkey or some shit.
It's Mr. Hands.
No, there's probably another one.
Probably,
I
but
bet
that's the one I think of.
Yeah,
I unfortunately saw that too back in
Same.
like 2007. It's horrifying.
Yep.
And the guy wanted to go there to have that happen too, and it ended up killing him.
Yep.
Well, I think it was a different video because Wings, I recall you stating it was a young girl.
yeah, like mine was a young girl, like but it wasn't something I wanted to see. It was a link I clicked and it popped up.
So what happened? So wait, it was like an underage girl getting.
No, I don't know what age she was.
Well, you
Okay.
in the clip you say it's an underage girl.
Yeah, but that's again shock value.
Ooh.
That's me being dumb. Like it's not like she
Yeah.
had her driver's license out. It was a younger girl, probably early 20s.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been like, oh, I checked out a younger girl getting drilled by a horse, though.
Like I said a lot of stupid shit when I was younger.
Yeah, try to keep underage and shock value. That they're not a good mixture. Like, I would avoid anything to do underage.
People like always make me fun of the shock. Like shock jock is an actual thing. Like Opie and Anthony and Howard Stern pretty much coined the term of shock jock.
Yeah, but those guys are kind of miserable now after years of doing that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Well, so all right, man. I appreciate.
Before we leave, I want to address this. Would you guys consider 26 young?
I mean, that's my age, and I think I'd know better than to do that.
No, I'm just saying, like, would you consider 26 young? Because people are like, oh, he was only 26 years old, he's a kid. Because to me, a 25-year-old is a kid.
Well,
don't know.
we're not fully
I don't
developed
know.
until we're 25, so yeah, you know, not necessarily a kid, but a young adult. Yeah, I would say.
Because like if I see somebody that's like 22, like a 22-year-old male, to me they look like babies. They
Well,
look like
yeah,
babies.
of course, but still, you're adult and you're considered an adult. You could go to war, you pay your taxes, you could get alcohol and cigarettes, and you are held accountable for your actions. Now, have I said stupid shit that I would never say? Now, yeah, of course, but
I always chalk it up to this. I came up in the Modern Warfare 2 generation.
so did I.
Yeah.
So did I.
A lot of people did. Keemstar did. That's why there's
Yeah, Keemstar said a bunch of dumb shit too.
Oh, no one's denying that.
Yeah, I mean, like it's just what it is. I remember Keemstar came on PK and wanted us to call a burn ward to try to get them to get. Well, we called a GameStop, and he pretended to be a burn ward for like cancer victims, and wanted them to give us like copies of like Black Ops early.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I never heard about that.
Yeah.
I feel like I listened to this a long time ago.
That's old lore. That's old.
old.
Lore,
That's when Keemstar had a much smaller beard.
That's when he was doing the Keemstar shit.
Killer Keemstar.
Oh God, when he was playing Halo 3 and like moaning
FAG.
passionately.
The Federation of Game. What was it?
Federation of
Asshole
Asshole
Gamers.
Asshole Gamers. And he was like, oh, call my name. I'm Keemstar. Keemstar. Oh my God, Jesus Christ, man, I'm old. I feel like that was 20 lifetimes ago.
Well,
I want to put it out there. Not a pedophile. I know this is out of people are in the chat.
I don't think you are. I
Wings.
think you've said stupid
I
shit.
said stupid shit, but like, dude, I'm not down for that shit at all. Like I said before, like I didn't fuck with DDP back in the day because I knew he had that shit around him.
But
Honestly-
Wings and Gamer, can you agree with me? You gotta not answer the chat. They're just trying to fuck with
Yeah.
you.
So whenever you don't even bring it up, like if you go out and say I'm not a pedophile, that makes people think you're a pedophile.
Yeah, I know it does. I need to ignore it, but like it's so hard to ignore that one because, like, dude, like to me, like a pedophile scum of the earth.
You got to ignore it though. That's
Yeah.
why do you think that Quantum Tickled Christian Straight Man Television calls me I just ignore it. He's tried to call me a pedophile at least 5 to 6 times, and like his evidence is that you've watched Vosh, but they're
Watch what?
gonna do Vosh. He's a YouTuber. He's a live streamer on YouTube.
How's
But
that? How I don't correlate that.
exactly, that's the point. Quantum's a fucking whack job. But that they're gonna do that. They're gonna say,
How did Quantum win against the Act Man?
He didn't win.
No, he didn't win. Oh, Rich, your chat's screaming about the super chats, dude.
"Oh, okay, I'll get to the super chats."
But the answer, Wings, he didn't win. Just to give you a heads up, YouTube just basically kind of just wanted it all the fucking end, and I think they went in the wrong direction, but they went into the direction of like, his tweets, the Ackman's tweets were bad, so we were going to demonetize his entire channel.
Which they were. They were. Look, it was obvious sarcasm.
Not to YouTube apparently.
but
Yeah,
you
satirical
don't.
tweets.
But you don't want to. They were. I mean, like even Phil DeFranco said that. But it's like, yeah, you don't joke about that. He admits he fucked up with that too. It was just still a strange situation with it. It's very strange the path that YouTube went down with that. They say there was no evidence there. I, in real time, have proven that the evidence was there. So that I don't really know how that.
Did he ever get
out.
his monetization back, or is he still?
Yes. Ackman got his monetization back. He got his monetization back, but it's just a weird situation. And he's doing it again. Quantum TV. He's doing the same exact thing he was. It's all going to probably come up, boil up.
That's his way of knowing how to grow his channel.
Yeah, well, yeah, and plus he got a taste of infamy. That was the most anyone ever talked about him, and he's a narcissist, so he was eating it up. You know, so that he needed another hit of that in his veins, so now he's starting again.
Mm-hmm.
I won't make a YouTube video on him though. He could fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
I'll talk about him here because it's kind of unavoidable. But yeah, he could eat my ass.
Hard facts, Rich.
But
All
he
right,
won't.
boys.
All right.
I'm gonna end it right there, boys. Thank you for having me on.
All right, thank you. Appreciate
See you,
it, man.
Wings.
Better luck for you, bro. And take the advice, man. I'm telling
I'm
you.
Do
trying
not-
to.
Wings, if you do not talk to any of the trolls, you do not feed into any of it for 6 months, it's going to subside by 95%. I'm 100% sure of that.
Cool.
Same.
Yeah.
And dude, I don't care how frugal. Oh, he left. I was gonna say, dude, go to therapy. I'm telling you. I'm not saying that to be a dick. I go to therapy.
I just go to
Nothing.
the gym.
Yeah.
Gym is
Everyone's
therapy too.
Everyone's got different ways of handling things. And Wings,
Oh
if
no,
you're
he
s-
needs to go
yeah.
to therapy. 100%. I agree with that.
And like Gamer said, Wings, 95% of this bullshit will go away if you just stop responding.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, like
because he says all that dumb shit, and I'm sorry, not sorry. I know why there's a Kiwi Farms thread of you now. I know why. Literally just
the
listening
Kiwi
to
Farms
him.
thread. Let me pull up how many. The Kiwi Farms thread on Wings is over 300 pages long.
Christine's is thousands, but 300 is a lot on Kiwi.
Well,
300's pretty hefty.
Can you guys hear in Zoom my YouTube audio, or can you hear my computer audio? So when I start playing the Chris Chan video, you guys going to be able to hear it?
I wasn't able to hear everything last night, so I don't know.
Okay.
Which Christian video are we watching?
The 3 new letters about him.
Oh, okay, gotcha. When did these come out?
It says August 15th, so a couple days ago. It's relatively new.
Oh, I do not know about these. This will be a fresh reaction.
You're a
This is-
Christine historian.
Well, that's why it's going to be interesting. Oh, this is going to make this even more interesting because Art's here. He probably knows more almost than anybody about Chris Chan because of his, what was it, 3 parts, Art?
4-part, 5-hour-long documentary.
Holy shit.
Which,
So-
dude, I'm going to give you props. The fact that you did that in the first place is just phenomenal.
It's
Yeah.
It took me 2 years to make.
Worth it. Worth every fucking minute.
I
Thank you.
felt, I gotta say, Art, when you first went into the house, maybe it was the cat piss. But
Oh my God, you went into the house?
yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was in the house. You gotta watch. I told you, Minxie, you gotta you'll need, I don't know if you do pop, but you will need an edible before you watch it because it's
Yep.
so much.
Did someone give him a medal? Like, I'm not even joking at this point. To go into that disgusting of a hoarder's house? Holy shit, dude.
Well, Gamer,
Honestly,